Gentlemen, I want to speak with you directly today. If you've been incorporating olive oil into your diet, believing you're making a fantastic choice for your health, and you are, I have something crucial to share that could fundamentally change your results. What if I told you that you're likely only getting half the benefit, maybe even less? It's true. Olive oil, as powerful as it is, works exponentially better when combined with one simple, inexpensive ingredient that most of you already have in your kitchen cabinet. It's a secret that has been hiding in plain sight for centuries. Today, I'm going to reveal why vinegar, particularly raw apple cider vinegar, is the missing key that unlocks olive oil's full, incredible potential for supporting blood flow, vascular health, and yes, male function. My name is Dr. Evelyn Hartwell, and as your trusted men's health advisor, my goal is to give you clear, actionable information that delivers real-world results. We're about to explore the biochemical synergy created when these two ingredients meet, a partnership that produces dramatic improvements in blood vessel flexibility and nitric oxide production, something neither can achieve to the same degree on its own. I'll also give you the exact preparation method, the best time to take it, and a realistic timeline for what you can expect. I encourage you to stay with me, because understanding the biology first will make the practical steps make perfect sense. Skipping ahead means you'll miss the why behind the magic. So, let's begin this journey to reclaiming your vitality. First, let me pull back the curtain on what happens to your vascular system as you age. It's a silent process, one that often goes unnoticed until symptoms begin to appear. Your blood vessels are not just static pipes. They are a vast, dynamic network of living, breathing tissues. They must remain flexible, responsive, and clear of obstructions to properly deliver life-giving oxygen and nutrients to every cell in your body. In your 20s and 30s, this system is a marvel of engineering. Your blood vessels are typically supple and elastic, able to dilate or widen on command whenever part of your body needs a surge of blood flow. But starting around age 40 and accelerating through your 50s, 60s, and beyond, a few degenerative processes quietly begin. The endothelial cells, the delicate, single-cell thick lining of your blood vessels, become less efficient. Their primary job is to produce a critical molecule called nitric oxide, which is the master signal that tells your blood vessels to relax and expand. As production wanes, your vessels become less responsive. At the same time, the smooth muscle within the vessel walls becomes stiffer, like a garden hose left out in the sun for too long. It loses its pliable nature. Then calcium and bad LDL cholesterol begin to accumulate on the vessel walls, forming deposits we call plaques. These plaques are like rust on the inside of a pipe, narrowing the internal diameter and making the surface rough and inflamed. Now, for men, this is where the story gets particularly personal. These changes have profoundly pronounced effects on male function. Why? Because the arteries that supply the penis are among the smallest and most delicate in the entire body, typically just 1 to 2 millimeters in diameter. They are the canary in the coal mine for your overall vascular health. Even minor plaque buildup or a slight reduction in vessel flexibility can dramatically impair the ability to achieve and maintain strong blood flow to this area. It's often the first sign that larger issues are brewing system-wide. By the time most men reach their 60s and 70s, they have accumulated decades of this silent vascular damage. But here is the message of hope I want you to hear loud and clear. This damage is not a one-way street. It isn't entirely irreversible. Your body possesses a remarkable, innate capacity for repair and regeneration, but only when given the right tools and support. This is where the specific combination of olive oil and vinegar becomes not just helpful, but absolutely crucial. Let's first appreciate the star of the show, olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil is one of the most thoroughly researched foods on the planet for cardiovascular health. The famed Mediterranean diet, which features olive oil as its cornerstone fat source, is consistently linked to significantly lower rates of heart disease and superior vascular function well into old age. The magic begins with its primary component, oleic acid. This monounsaturated fatty acid, making up 70 to 80% of olive oil, is a hero for your arteries. It supports healthy cholesterol ratios, powerfully reduces inflammation in the blood vessels, and directly improves the flexibility and integrity of arterial walls. But the benefits don't stop there. True extra virgin olive oil is packed with powerful plant compounds called polyphenol, with names like oleocanthal and hydroxytyrosol. These compounds are so potently anti-inflammatory that their effects have been compared to low-dose pharmaceutical drugs like ibuprofen. Crucially, these polyphenol also act as a bodyguard for your LDL cholesterol. They protect it from oxidation. Think of it like this. Regular LDL cholesterol is like a smooth ball bouncing through your arteries, but oxidized LDL is like a sticky, jagged piece of shrapnel that gets stuck in the vessel lining, initiating the formation of dangerous plaque. By preventing this oxidation, olive oil helps stop the process of atherosclerosis in its earliest stages. Study after study has confirmed that regular consumption of high-quality, extra virgin olive oil improves endothelial function. This means the cells lining your blood vessels get better at their job, producing more nitric oxide and responding eagerly to signals for vasodilation. This translates directly to improved blood flow everywhere. But here is the detail that most people, even health-conscious people, miss. Olive oil's most beneficial compounds are fat-soluble. This means their absorption and ultimate effectiveness can be dramatically enhanced by the presence of specific acidic substances. This is where vinegar steps out of the shadows and into the spotlight. Vinegar, and particularly raw apple cider vinegar, is far more than a simple condiment. It's produced through a two-step fermentation of apple juice. First, yeast converts the sugars into alcohol. Then, a specific type of bacteria converts that alcohol into acetic acid, which is the primary active compound in any vinegar. However, unrefined apple cider vinegar contains so much more. It retains various organic acids, polyphenol from the original apples, and if it's unfiltered and contains the mother, a colony of beneficial bacteria and enzymes. Acetic acid is a powerhouse for metabolic health. It's been extensively studied for its profound effects on blood sugar regulation. Consuming even a small amount of vinegar with a meal can significantly blunt the blood sugar spike that would otherwise occur. This is absolutely critical for long-term vascular health, as high blood sugar levels wreak havoc on your arteries through a damaging process called glycation, where sugar molecules essentially caramelize the proteins in your vessel walls, making them stiff and dysfunctional. But vinegar's gifts extend far beyond blood sugar control. Acetic acid has been shown to support healthy blood pressure by influencing the renin-angiotensin system, a complex hormonal cascade that regulates blood pressure. It also appears to directly enhance the production and activity of nitric oxide, that master regulator of blood vessel dilation we discussed earlier. Then, there's another fascinating property. The organic acids in apple cider vinegar have mild chelating properties, meaning they can bind to certain minerals. Over the long term, this may gently assist the body in managing calcified deposits within the arteries. Now, this is where the real magic happens. When you combine olive oil and vinegar, they don't just add their benefits together, they multiply them. First, the acetic acid in vinegar creates a more acidic environment in the upper digestive tract, which significantly enhances the absorption of the fat-soluble polyphenol from the olive oil. More of those powerful compounds get into your bloodstream to do their work. Second, the polyphenol from the olive oil and the polyphenol from the apples in the vinegar work as a team, providing a much more comprehensive shield of antioxidant protection. They target different types of damaging free radicals, creating a broader, stronger defense against the oxidative stress that ages your cells. Third, their anti-inflammatory effects are synergistic. When consumed together, they produce a greater reduction in inflammatory markers than would be expected from simply adding their individual effects. It's a case of 1 + 1 is equal to 3. Finally, they create a perfect partnership for your endothelial cells. The olive oil provides the healthy fats and protective compounds that form the building blocks of these cells, while the vinegar enhances their signaling, responsiveness, and nitric oxide output. Together, they create the optimal conditions for blood vessel health. For men over 40 who are often dealing with the beginnings of insulin resistance, this combination is a godsend, tackling both blood sugar and vascular integrity at the same time. So, let me teach you the time-honored, optimal way to prepare and consume this powerful duo. The preparation is beautifully simple, a tradition that has sustained Mediterranean cultures for millennia. Start with high-quality, extra virgin olive oil. I cannot stress this enough. Quality matters enormously. Look for oil that is cold-pressed and stored in a dark glass bottle to protect it from light. Check for a recent harvest date, ideally within the last year. Fresh, authentic olive oil has a slightly peppery or bitter finish at the back of your throat. That's the oleocanthal, a sign of its potency. For the vinegar, choose a raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar that clearly states it contains the mother, that cloudy sediment at the bottom. This ensures it's unpasteurized and retains its beneficial compounds. The classic ratio is 3 parts olive oil to 1 part vinegar. For a daily therapeutic dose, this translates to 3 tablespoons of olive oil mixed with 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Here's the method. Pour the tablespoon of vinegar into a small bowl or cup first. Add a tiny pinch of good quality sea salt and whisk it for a moment. The salt acts as an emulsifier, helping the oil and vinegar combine. Then, while whisking continuously, slowly drizzle in the 3 tablespoons of olive oil. You're creating a temporary emulsion. A creamy dressing where the 2 ingredients are blended together. Now for timing. To maximize the blood sugar and metabolic benefits, consuming this mixture shortly before or with your largest meal of the day is optimal. The vinegar slows down carbohydrate absorption, preventing a sharp glucose spike. However, many men report the most profound effects on energy and overall circulation when they consume this mixture first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. In this state, the compounds are absorbed very rapidly and efficiently. For men specifically focused on improving blood flow for male function, taking the mixture 45 to 90 minutes before intimacy can provide noticeable acute benefits. But please remember, the true, lasting transformation comes from consistent, daily use over weeks and months. Let's walk through what you can expect over time. In the first few weeks, you'll likely notice improvements in your digestion and energy. The vinegar supports healthy stomach acid, and the combination helps stabilize blood sugar, reducing those afternoon energy crashes. Within 1 to 2 months, more significant vascular changes begin. Blood pressure may start to shift into a healthier range. You might feel a subjective sense of better circulation, warmer hands and feet, or just a feeling of being more alive. The cumulative anti-inflammatory effects are taking hold, allowing your endothelial cells to heal and function better. By the 3 to 6 month mark, this is when many men report significant and gratifying improvements in male function. The quality and reliability of erections improve because you are addressing the root cause, the health of the blood vessels themselves. This isn't a temporary fix. It's a reflection of genuine vascular regeneration. For men with more advanced vascular issues, the timeline may be longer, but with patience and consistency, meaningful improvements are achievable, even for men in their 70s and 80s. Beyond the bottle, building a complete foundation for vascular health, while this olive oil and vinegar combination is a remarkably powerful tool. It's not a magic pill that works in a vacuum. To truly supercharge your results and build a resilient vascular system for life, it's essential to pair this habit with a few other foundational pillars of health. First, your diet is paramount. The Mediterranean diet, from which this combination is borrowed, is rich in other foods that support nitric oxide production and fight inflammation. Think of leafy greens like spinach, arugula, and Swiss chard, which are packed with nitrates that your body converts directly into nitric oxide. Eat deeply colored fruits like berries, which are full of flavonoids that protect your endothelial cells. Don't forget foods like beets and garlic, both renowned for their ability to improve blood flow. This is why I created the Men's Libido and Vitality Kitchen. 20 rock-hard erection smoothies to make it easy and delicious to get these potent, circulation-boosting foods into your daily routine. You'll find a link to it in the description below. Second, embrace movement. Exercise is non-negotiable for vascular health. Cardiovascular exercise, like brisk walking, cycling, or swimming, strengthens your heart and encourages your blood vessels to create more nitric oxide. Resistance training, or lifting weights, is just as important. It builds muscle, which improves insulin sensitivity, and the physical stress of a workout signals your arteries to become more flexible and adaptive. Third, manage your stress. Chronic stress floods your body with the hormone cortisol, which is incredibly damaging to your vascular system. It promotes inflammation, raises blood pressure, and directly counteracts the effects of nitric oxide. You don't need a complicated routine. Simple practices like a 10-minute daily meditation, deep breathing exercises, or even just taking a quiet walk in nature can have a profound impact on lowering cortisol and protecting your arteries. Finally, prioritize sleep. Sleep is when your body does its most important repair work. It's during these crucial hours that your cells are regenerated, inflammation is cleared out, and hormonal systems are reset. Aiming for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep per night is one of the most powerful things you can do to support the healing and regeneration you are trying to foster. Here is the bottom line. The combination of extra virgin olive oil and apple cider vinegar is one of an elite few natural interventions that can create profound, positive change in the vascular health of men over 40. It addresses the root causes of age-related decline through multiple synergistic mechanisms. This is about supporting your body's powerful, innate capacity for healing. I invite you to try this simple approach starting today. Be consistent for at least 8 to 12 weeks. Watch for the subtle and then significant shifts in your energy, your blood pressure, your circulation, and your overall sense of vitality. That is how you will know it's working. If this has given you a new and hopeful perspective on your health, please hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below to tell me, have you ever tried this combination of olive oil and vinegar before? I read every single one. Thank you for watching. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep taking powerful care of your health.